Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Vlogmas day number 6. I am here today with a holiday story time for you. So, if you watch my Vlogmas day number 2, you would realize that I had discussed and was talking about some of the ornaments on my tree and what you see behind me. One of those ornaments was a cupcake. And if you look closely, you can kind of see it's pink and white. But the significance of that cupcake is why me and one of my best friends moved down here. So about 8 years ago, me and one of my best friends had came down here for BET Hip Hop Weekend. We came down here to network for a company that we were working for, or a company we had created. So we created the company back in Columbus, Ohio, with two other female friends. One of the girls decided that it just wasn't for her, and she gracefully bowed out, which we understood. Some things just aren't for everything. For everyone. So then four became three. So then the three of us made our rounds in Columbus, did what we had to do. We had a Friday night spot every weekend, and the company in question is a cupcake business that specialized in liquor infused cupcakes. So everything was going nice, but we just knew being in Columbus, Ohio, at that time, it just wasn't picking up like we knew it could have. It was kind of like we created something that was well before its time in Columbus. But me and my best friend knew the BET Hip Hop Weekend was coming up in Atlanta. So we decided to go ahead, go down that weekend. We left out on a Wednesday, got there on a Thursday. And our third friend wasn't able to go because she wasn't able to take off of work. But she was like, I know y'all gonna hold it down, so no worries. So we made the trip. We came down. We had a great time. We networked. We passed out our cupcakes. We got to meet a lot of people. We got to see some of our people like DJ Holiday, DJ Know It All, Ferrari Simmons. We got to meet some of their Streets 94 fam. That was around the time that they were just starting that radio station. So then one thing that happened that we were not expecting though, we didn't come down here with the intentions of actually baking. We literally just came down here with the intentions of networking, passing out cards. But thanks to Ferrari Simmons and DJ Holiday, they was shouting it out all over the radio. Every day party they had, they would call us out. Everybody would be like, "Who is Sweet Shots Code? Who is?" So then we ended up going to a day party. I can't remember what the name of the club. I know it was downtown, and I know it was kind of like an indoor outdoor club. It wasn't Compound, and I know it wasn't Sweet Lounge. I cannot remember the name of it, but it just so happened that during the day party, Ferrari and DJ Know It All was like, y'all just need to come to the house party tomorrow. We throwing a private house party. It's invite only. It's gonna be a lot of people there. Y'all should just go ahead and bake some cupcakes and bring them in, put them into people's hands. So we just kind of got to looking at each other like, well, we don't have nothing to bake with. We didn't bring none of our supplies. We don't have to lick, like, we don't have anything. And on top of that, our hotel didn't have a stove. So we were just like, how are we gonna bake them? Like, how are we gonna do this? Now, mind you, we had said, yeah, sure. Not even thinking of all this stuff. We were just excited at the fact that they had even offered something like that. And then by them keeping announcing it, it's making people wonder, okay, who is these people? What they got going on? Everybody keeps talking about it. What's up? So thankfully, one of my good friends that live down here, I called her, told her the situation, and I didn't know if she was here or not because she traveled with her job. Just so happened, she was like, sis, I got you. I'm on a flight back home anyway because I got to work some of the events. I'll be there. Y'all got it. Whatever y'all need, y'all got it. Thank God, one, she was going to be back in town. Two, she literally lived right around the corner from the grocery store and the hotel we were staying at. So everything was like boom, boom, boom. It was easy. So we get to the party. It's a line wrapped outside. I mean, this house is huge. It was like out in the. I don't even remember what side of town it was on. It was dark. It was kind of raining. I don't even remember. I just know that house was big as hell. I just felt like two big old houses could fit inside this one house and they would still have enough room probably for a third house. That's how big the house was. And it was packed. And I loved it because the way they had it set up, it was like every area was a different area. So you had your hip hop, your reggae, your R&B, your soca. Yeah, it was so dope. And then they had like certain rooms that was just for smoking, certain rooms that was for hookah, certain room bars set up everywhere. It was so dope. So anyway, we get to the party, we see the line, it's raining, people lined up outside, we making our way in. Everybody looking at us like, the fuck? What they coming through with trays and shit? So we get to the security. Security was like, "What's your name?" And we tell him our names. He's like, "Oh, I don't have those names on the list." And we're like, "Okay." And something just told me say Sweet Shots Cupcakes. So I said maybe Sweet Shots Cupcakes, and he was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, y'all here, y'all with Holiday. Come on in, come on in." And people heard that was like, "Oh, y'all Sweet Shots Cupcakes. We've been waiting on y'all. We've been hearing about y'all. They've been shouting y'all out all day. Blah 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 blah. We trying to see what it's like." Baby, when I tell you we had like the long tray, like the long trays, and we did the mini cupcakes. So the name behind Sweet Shots Cupcakes is because it's it, it was something separate from the original company, which I'll get to that later. But I came up with Sweet Shots Cupcakes because one, we specialize in liquor infused cupcakes, and usually most people like to take shots. And then sweet because they're cupcakes. So Sweet Shots Cupcakes. But another reason why I love the name is because, and I believe it's one of the reasons why we became really popular with our brand and our company, is because we always would do the mini cupcakes, especially when it came to events and things. Because who wants to be at a nice event? You dress nice, smelling good, looking good, but you fumbling with this big old cupcake, crumbs everywhere, icing. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to deal with that? So our signature was the mini cupcakes, which we call mini shots. So it's like you peel it, you pop it, you're done. Pill, pop, enjoy, done. Like it was so simple. And that's what we became popular for. Well, one of the things we became popular for. So we ended up having a really good time at the party and everything went really, really nice. The next night we had went to a day party and the day party ended up turning into the night party. And then it just so happens that same year we came down was the same year that Bad Girls Club Atlanta was filming. And we actually met the girls. We didn't know who they were. We just seen these girls, and at the time, that's when like reality shows was just like really starting to pick up and stuff. And we didn't know that's who they were. We just, got to talking, waiting, passing out our cards, introducing ourselves, and we met Rocky. To this day, she always checks in. She always shows our support. Like she has always just been like that girl, that rock, no matter where she is. And we so appreciate her for that. So we're talking to them, we're introducing them. They're like, "Oh my God, this is so dope. We definitely gonna have to place an order. I ain't never heard of nothing like this before." Blah 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 blah. So we having a good time. We taking shots with them. You know, um, if you ever see that episode where they're out in Atlanta and they have like little cabanas, or at this club where they have like little cabanas and they're outside on the rooftop, you might see us in that episode because that's the episode that they were filming. Probably vaguely because we were trying to like matrix our way around the cameras and stuff, but you might just get a little glimpse or at least hear a voice. So then shortly after that, of course, like I said, the day party ended up turning into a night party. You know how Atlanta day parties get. They just get litter and litter throughout the day, and then it turns into a night party. So that evening, the person who was actually hosting it was Lance Gross. Now, mind you, just 2 weeks prior, he was just in Columbus, Ohio for an all white party Memorial Day weekend with some of our guys and girls who promote back at home. And they had actually asked us to provide cupcakes for the VIP and then a special tray for Lance. So I didn't get to go to the event, but my best friend was able to go. She was the one who dropped them off, took pictures, all that good stuff. So how ironic, literally basically 2 weeks to the day, we're in Atlanta around Lance Gross again. So he's going, walking by. I was just like, oh my God, he's so fine. He's so fine. I was like, oh, girl. She's like, girl, he is fine, honey. And she's like, okay, sis, this is your chance. This is your chance. You didn't get to meet him that last time. You can meet him this time. Introduce yourself. It looked like he going to the bathroom or something. So when he come out, just introduce yourself. Give him a business card. I was like, girl, I don't know if I can do it. He's just so fine. And she like, you look, you gonna have to get used to doing this because we're not gonna always be together. Cause see, I'm the type of person I'm more behind the scenes. I'm like, let me make sure these contracts are right. Let me make sure this money is right. Let me make sure these recipes is right. Let me make sure these decor. Like I'm that person. She's always been the mouthpiece, if you will, the social butterfly. So I was just like, all right. When he come out, I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm gonna give him a business card. Blah blah blah. So the way he comes out, he has to walk by us. Like the way it's set up, like he has to walk by us. There was no way he could avoid us. So we just kind of stood where we was when he walked by. So he comes back around. I'm like, hi, Mr. Gross. How are you? And he's like, Mr. Gross is my daddy. And he started laughing. He's like, no, how are you, sweetheart? I was like, I'm good. I was like, I introduced myself, told him who I was. Um, and then I was like, this is my friend and business partner. Her name is Consort, and she goes and puts her hand out, and he shakes it, and he's like, "Hello, how are you?" And she's like a deer in freaking headlights. She's like, I'm like, "Can you talk?" She's just like, I said, "Are you gonna talk?" And he's looking at me like, he's looking at me laughing like, y'all are funny. And she's just like, I'm sorry. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She's like, your smile is just so beautiful. You're just so gorgeous. He was like, well, thank you. Your smile is so beautiful and so gorgeous too. And I continue to go on. I'm just like, yeah. I was like, well, originally, I gave him the business card, and he looked. He said, wait a minute. And he looked at my friend again. He was like, I know you. He's like, I just seen you a couple weeks ago somewhere. She's like, yeah. She was like, when we was in Columbus, I came and she was like, oh my God, this is y'all. He's like, yo, y'all get around. He's like, I heard them talking about y'all on the radio. And we was like, really? And he was like, yeah. He's like, DJ Holiday. I was like, oh my God. So then we just started laughing. We just started laughing. He was like, yo, when I tell you, I've been telling my people ever since then, them cupcakes was bomb. He was like, I've never had something so good in my life. He's like, I've never had no liquor infused cupcake before. He was like, those were so freaking good. And I was like, well, here's our card. We're here for the weekend. So if you want to place an order, he was like, go ahead and place an order. He was like, do you guys deliver? And we was like, yeah, we deliver wherever you're at. Just let us know, just give us enough times notice and because they're made to order. He was like, they're made to order. I said, yeah, they're made to order. He was like, oh my God. He's like, cool, I appreciate it. He's like, you'll deliver them anywhere. This fool will deliver them anywhere you want us to. I was like, oh my God. I was like, yes, we'll deliver them where you need us to deliver them, sir. We can. He's like, I appreciate it. He's like, can I get a couple more cards? I'm about to pass these out to my people. So we get them. Y'all, why did we have like four people contact us the day we were leaving? Like, hey, I got this card from such and such. I wanted to see if we was like, mind you, we're already 3 hours on the road because Atlanta to we drove, which I'm glad we did because when I tell you we went home with so much more than what we came down with, we would have got on that plane. It would have been like, which honey, bacon oil and stuff, all that's it's expensive, flour and stuff. I wasn't finna leave that down there, so I was so glad that we did, or I would have made sure I used all that stuff up before we left. So we was like, dang, that's so crazy. And then even as we got home, like the Instagram start popping, the Facebook start popping, the emails start popping. We was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So then we just made it up in our mind, like, you know what? We just need to go ahead and make that move. We need to go ahead and make that move. So we get back to the crib. We tell our third partner, how everything went, this, is that, and the other. And we were saying, like, maybe we could have two factions. Maybe we could have one up here. We could have one down there. You know what I'm saying? We could have two different branches, two different locations, two different, you know what I'm saying? We can cover, She wasn't feeling it. She's like, no, it's still a new business, and this is that and the other, and da 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 da, and we don't have this yet, and we don't have that yet, and we was like, you gotta crawl before you walk, honey. I say, literally, how many orders have we gotten since we've been here? Like, realistically, how much money have we really made? I was like, do you know how much money we just made in Georgia this for the weekend? Like, seriously. And we've been doing this here for almost a year and a half. So we was like, okay, we're gonna have to come to Jesus moment. I said, this is what is this all on the table. This is what's going on. This is how it is. We sat down, we discussed it, we talked. At the end of the day, me and my best friend, we signed off our stuff. You go ahead and have that 100%, not a problem. We're gonna go ahead and make our trip down to the A. We're just gonna start up something totally different. Hence, we went from the old name to Sweet Shots Cupcakes, and it's been rocking and rolling ever since. Now, currently, for the last 4 years, it's been on a little pause just due to personal stuff, health issues. Then the whole pandemic hit. It's just been a whole lot going on, and in that time that we've been down here, when I tell you we moved down here, BET Hip Hop Weekend was like May, June of 2013. We were back down here basically by Luda Day weekend that same year. Like literally, I think we only had like what 8, 10 weeks to like save whatever we could save, sell whatever we was gonna sell, and we were down here like literally. And when I tell you we hit the ground running, we hit the ground running. I mean, pop up shops, personal orders, vendor sponsors. Like we hit the ground running. We worked our asses off. Like we was everywhere so much at one point in time. You would have thought we literally had a whole full grown bakery like Sprinkles or My Fair Sweets or something like that. Cause we were everywhere. They would like people would be calling us or shouting us out like, we got our Sweet Shots cupcakes, but where's Sweet Shots at? Like, where's Miranda? Where's Couture? Where's what I'm saying? That's how crazy it was. And it was just the two of us. And on top of that, we still worked full time jobs and was still able to manage to do everything. We built relationships, great relationships. A lot of those relationships have turned into family. We've learned a lot of lessons, good and bad, more good than bad. We've met a lot of people. We've experienced a lot of things. It's definitely had been a journey for sure. But that was my brief story of why that cupcake means so much to me. That was my first business that I've ever ran, created. That's my baby. That's my first baby. And it's going to always be my first baby. And granted, it's on a pause right now. I'm not going to say we're closed down. We're on a pause. A pause can be unpaused. You never know when it's coming. But that's my holiday story regarding Sweet Shots Cupcakes. I hope you enjoyed it. I have plenty more Sweet Shot stories to tell, so maybe I'll give you one or two more. Maybe I'll give you one or two more during Vlogmas. If not, I definitely have a lot to share after. But this is Vlogmas day number 6. I'm Miss Miranda Marie. Make sure you subscribe, turn on those notification bells so you know the next time I upload. Also, make sure you like and comment below. Tell me what part of the story did you like. Tell me what other type of stories regarding Sweet Shots Cupcakes would you like me to tell. So, I thank you for stopping by, and I hope to see you for Vlogmas day number 7. Until next time, bye.